Hey everyone, Ryan here, and I wanted to talk about the recent data mine about Super NES games coming to the Switch Online service. So if you haven't heard, a user by the name of Cappuccino Heck, or Capu, on Twitter data mined the Switch after its latest update last month and found data strings pointing to the following Super NES games planned for release on the online service. They are Super Mario Kart, Super Soccer, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, Demon's Crest, Yoshi's Island, Stunt Race FX, Kirby's Dream Course, Poppin' Twinbee, Star Fox, Contra 3, Kirby Superstar, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Kirby's Dream Land 3, Super Metroid, Super Mario World, Pilot Wings, F-Zero, Star Fox 2, LOL, Super Punch-Out!, The Legend of the Mystical Ninja, Super Mario All-Stars, and finally Breath of Fire 2. So that's a huge list of games, and this isn't confirmed of course, but this looks really promising, and it would be an amazing, albeit much needed addition to the Switch Online service. So I wanted to talk for a bit about my personal standouts from this list and what I'm most excited for. So Star Fox 2 is currently exclusive to the Super NES Classic. Nintendo actually cancelled its release due to the impending launch of Nintendo 64 at the time, which is a bummer because the game looks pretty good. It introduced much of the concepts that were perceived as being introduced in Star Fox 64, like the real-time third-person combat, and it looks like it even adds more people to the crew. We have Miyu, who's the Lynx, and Faye, who is the dog, so now we have 6 members of the Star Fox crew. And IGN slammed the game in its review, mostly for its choppy 3D action, but it seems like people who have played it that aren't critics actually enjoyed the game. So I, for one, am really interested in checking this out for the first time. Alright, next we have Super Mario Kart. I am so excited to be playing the original Mario Kart game that started it all, and this one is just screaming for online play. It even has the battle mode, and this one's just perfect for that kind of pick up and play multiplayer, especially if you have a bet you need to settle with a friend or something like that. So definitely excited to see this one in its online capacity. So Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past is lauded as one of the best games of its kind, and it brought Legend of Zelda back to the overhead perspective, and it's the precursor to my favorite Zelda game of all time, Link's Awakening, and Link to the Past is definitely up there, being one of the best Zelda games of all time. Now, with regards to multiplayer possibility, there was a mod made with an emulated version where it introduced a cooperative 2-player mode. Basically, you had 2 players playing in different parts of the world map with a shared inventory, so that you'd eventually reach roadblocks that couldn't be beaten until your partner would obtain a certain item or accomplishes some goal, leading a way forward, which I think is a really unique and innovative concept. I don't know if Nintendo's going to do something that robust, but even if there isn't a multiplayer mode, this game is so great on its own and offers an awesome single-player campaign. So really excited to check that one out. Okay, Kirby Superstar. Most Kirby fans out there say it's the best game in the entire series, and I'm not going to disagree with them. I think it is one of the best games in Kirby, if not the best Kirby game, and it's partly because there's so much content packed into this game. There are just so many modes and mini games and unlockables. It's awesome. It's never ending, and I love this game. Now, Super Mario World is, again, probably one of my favorite side-scrolling Mario games, and from riding Yoshi to the robust world map, it's just so fun. And then its sequel, Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island, is also on the list. So there's just so much stuff packed into this list of possible SNES games. There's also Super Metroid, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, just all around great platformers and a great collection for any fans of those kind of platforming games. Now, I might be slightly clouded by nostalgia here, but I absolutely love Breath of Fire 2. It's another great childhood RPG for me, and I love the characters, I love the gameplay. There's probably about 40 to 50 hours worth of content here, which is huge, especially considering I came back in the SNES era. What's not to love here? This is an awesome game. Also, I really like the music too. So super excited that this one could potentially be coming to Switch Online as well. Now, even though there's so many great games, there's some that are missing from the list that kind of piqued my interest, and I wanted to mention them. Where's Earthbound and where's Donkey Kong Country? If this is, true and this list is actually coming to Switch Online, I don't see why they're excluded. My only thought is that they're potentially planned for some sort of Switch remaster HD collection, like Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3, and Mother 1, 2, and 3. Well, one can dream, right? That would be awesome, but maybe that's why they're not here. Maybe not, but I'm certainly going to dream that that's why. Now, to extend this, Twitter user Oatmeal Dome was teaming up and joined in on the data mine fun and found that there are actually 4 emulator types, which could mean not only would we have SNES games, but there could be 2 more systems being brought in the future with the Switch Online service. But part of me is wondering at this point why Nintendo wouldn't just do a virtual console, but this seems like a really nice compromise if in fact they do add 2 more systems. Maybe Nintendo 64 and maybe even GameCube? That would be awesome. I'm not sure if that's what this is all pointed towards, but it certainly seems like it could be likely if all this data mine stuff comes to fruition. The only potential issue that I see that I want to mention is that Nintendo would maybe likely raise the subscription fee if they add this much content and more system emulators to the service. I could see them raising the price $5, even $10 per each system added in this way. I'm not sure. That's kind of my that's just my instinct talking. I'm not sure if that's what they would do, but if they're adding this much content to it and devoting quite a bit of resources to this system, then I could see them increasing the price just because it is a bit cheaper than all the other competitors out there. Albeit the online is not quite as streamlined with the peer-to-peer system and everything, but if they're adding this much content, I wouldn't blame them if they had to, charge a little bit more. Wouldn't be my favorite thing of all time, but yeah, I could see that happening. Personally, I love the SNES. I love it for its 16-bit style and the insane amount of added depth to its games. But how do you guys feel about this? How would you feel if these are the games that we get added in the future to the Super NES? I know the drip feed style isn't the best with just 2, maybe 3 games a month. Maybe they'll hit us with a direct soon and we'll get a bunch of new Super NES games released. Who knows? That would be great. So thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you liked the video, and we'll see you all next time.